How to see punches in slow motion. Yo, it's Jother, not just another guy. Seeing a punch in slow motion has nothing to do with your eyes and everything to do with understanding human mechanics, spatial tracking, and invisible leverage. The average person thinks dodging a punch means watching the opponent's fists. This is why most people get caught. In a high-stakes moment, your eyes naturally lock onto the thing that scares you the most, the hands. But hands are incredibly fast, deceptive, and small. Trying to track a fist in motion is like trying to trace a single raindrop in a storm. The hidden mechanism of human movement is that no limb can move independently. A hand cannot launch itself. It requires a generator. Every punch begins in the feet, travels through the hips, and telegraphs heavily through the shoulders. Think of a car about to make a sharp turn. If you only look at the front tires, you might miss the sudden shift. But if you look at the chassis of the vehicle, the weight distribution tells you exactly where it's going before it even changes lanes. Instead of watching a guy's hands, you lock your peripheral vision onto his collarbone and the center of his chest. Your eyes stay still, but your awareness expands. When a person decides to strike, their shoulders will twitch, dip, or rotate to transfer weight. By tracking the chest, you see the launch pad. The hand is just the rocket. If you spot the launch, the rocket becomes predictable. Once you know where to look, you have to understand spatial alignment. The popular belief is that to avoid being hit, you need to execute massive theatrical head movements like an anime character or a dramatic movie protagonist. People think they need to bob and weave across the entire room. This is an illusion. Huge movements take you off balance, drain your energy, and leave you completely vulnerable to a second attack. If you move 6 inches when you only needed to move 2, you've just blinded yourself and wasted precious time. The mechanism here is a concept called the centerline. Your head sits on a central axis. A straight punch travels directly down that line. To make it miss, your head only needs to leave that line by the width of a baseball. To calibrate this naturally, think of it as a physical calibration tool. Imagine you are trying to touch your opposite knees with your hands while keeping your posture intact. If you extend your rear hand slightly toward your lead knee, your hips naturally rotate, and your head shifts just enough to the side to let a straight line pass by your ear. If you do the same on the other side, your head clears the opposite pathway. When you bring your hands back up to protect your jaw, that exact hip rotation is what creates a clean micro slip. You aren't ducking out of fear, you are just shifting the target off the track while maintaining perfect balance. But human advantage isn't just about moving side to side. Sometimes the track changes. The mistake most guys make when pressure mounts is leaning straight backward from the waist, dropping their hands and exposing their throat. They do this because their survival instinct screams at them to pull away from the danger. Leaning back like a collapsing tower takes you entirely off balance. Your weight lands on your heels, your feet freeze, and you become a stationary target for whatever comes next. True spatial control relies on matching angles. If you need to pull your head out of range, your torso should only tilt back slightly, matching the exact angle of your rear thigh. It's a minor hinge, not a retreat. Think of a radar system tracking an object. If the object moves completely out of the grid, the radar loses focus. But if the object just shifts its frequency slightly, it stays operational while avoiding the incoming pulse. When you combine a slight pull with a subtle side slip, you effectively dismantle an opponent's momentum. If someone throws a double combination, the slight pull takes you an inch out of range for the first shot, and the immediate side slip creates a blank angle for the second. You are cycling your position smoothly, never staying static, making your presence feel like trying to grab smoke. The final piece of the equation is understanding that defense without a transition is just delayed defeat. Most people think avoiding a strike is a victory in itself. They slip a punch, feel a rush of adrenaline, and stay right there, waiting to see what happens next. If you make someone miss but don't change the terms of the interaction, they will simply reset and try again with more aggression. Every movement you make must buy you an immediate upgrade in positioning or psychological dominance. Confrontation is a game of rhythm. When someone launches an attack, they are operating on an internal script. They expect to hit a solid surface or feel resistance. When their hand hits empty air because your head moved just a fraction, their balance breaks, their shoulders overextend, and their confidence panics. This is the exact moment you transition. As your body rotates naturally into a slip, you are actually loading your weight into your hips like a compressed spring. You don't reset to where you started. You use that exact rotational energy to return a counterstrike or step completely out of their field of vision. If you slip to the side, your weight is already primed to drive a straight line forward. If you roll under an angle, your knees bend naturally, allowing you to use the ground to drive your posture back up into a dominant position. You are forcing them to pay for every inch of empty air they chase. Seeing punches in slow motion isn't a genetic miracle. It is the natural result of removing panic, tracking the core body weight instead of the limbs, and moving with absolute economy. When you realize that anticipation beats reflex every single day, the chaos of a high-pressure situation slows down automatically. You stop reacting to what is happening, and you start positioning yourself for what is about to happen.